Welcome, eavesdroppers, members of the 5 Minute High Club, and listeners, acquaintances, friends, whoever you are. Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes or Less. I am your host, Brian Doney. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you are living life to the fullest. Hope you're happy. I hope you're happy with yourself and who you are as a person, because you deserve to be. Even though this week is Valentine's Day. That will be on this Saturday, for those of you who weren't aware. This will be my first Valentine's Day single. I've been single since a while back, since Natalie broke up with me on this podcast, because she couldn't stand by me in this struggle against Jimmy John's. But you guys have been able to. You guys have stuck with me every step of the way, even though she's left me in the dust. So even though I won't be spending Valentine's Day with anybody, I will be spending it to keep you guys safe from Jimmy John, so you can enjoy your loved one. We might do a bonus episode this week with Rick Creamery, our intern. He might do a little bonus episode. Maybe give you lovebirds some advice, give you some tips on how to make this year's Valentine's Day extra special and extra safe from an evil conglomerate known as Jimmy John's. But for today's episode, we have Gilli, who's a very funny stand-up comedian from Columbus, Ohio. I'm really happy to have him on the show. He's got a busy schedule this week. He will be at Comedy at the Mezz this week, February 10th, Tuesday, at 8:30. He's one of the headliners for this week's Comedy at the Mezz at Capital University. He is also going to be appearing at the Funny Bone, the Columbus Funny Bone, on Wednesday, February 11th. I believe the show starts at 7:30. Try to get there around 7, though. Get there a little early. Parking can be a bitch. Also, he will be hosting Ace of Cups, which is a comedy showcase at this venue called Ace of Cups. Comedy, I believe it's called Comedy at the Fringe, is what the show is called. Well, you know what? Let's check. Let's check by going to this amazing website called columbuslaughs.com, which has all the shows of every single comedy show, from stand-up to improv to sketch. Now let's see. The show is going to be on Friday, February 13th. By the way, the Funny Bone will be this Wednesday, February 11th. If I didn't already say that. But yeah, Friday, February 13th. It's called Comedy From the Fringe. Starts at 6, ends at 8. It even provides a description and some directions. Who else is on this? Let's see. It says every second Friday of the month, this is when this show happens. So yeah, we got all that information so fast by clicking on the calendar section at columbuslaughs.com. That's where Comedy at the Mezz is at. That's where a lot of other shows are at. So if you want to go see a stand-up show, go to columbuslaughs.com. All right. So yeah, before we get to Gilli, though, let's get to our song this week. This song is brought to us, of course, by our friends at randomsongoftheday.org. It's called Mile High Club by Bow Wow Wow, I believe. Here we go. Temperatures rise at 100 degrees. Bet you don't freeze at the Mile High Club. The crash hats would be my only defense. Dogs go berserk when my engines start. Any animal, any animal. Get your feet up off the floor. Find your partner 4 to 4. Any animal. Any animal. Jaguar hunter, blood still running. Sex gang, children gang on up on you. Jump on top of you. Make love to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miles high. Welcome to the podcast 5 Minutes or Less. I am your host, Brian Doney. Today I have Gilli with me outside. We're outside. It's about 15 degrees, but Gilli refused to do this podcast indoors so he could smoke. And you know what? I think this is a good idea because I just ordered a pizza from Papa John's, and it better get here in less than 5 minutes because it's the only thing that's going to keep us warm at this point.
It's Jimmy
Otherwise,
John's.
We're going to freeze to death. No, Jimmy John's is the enemy.
Jimmy John's is 5 minutes or less, but they got the shitty ass sandwiches.
Gilli thinks he's. Gilli doesn't even know which podcast he's on. He thinks he's on the podcast to support Jimmy John's, which is the exact opposite of my podcast.
No, we don't like Jimmy John's.
Yeah, we don't like it
Unless they sell drugs. If they sell drugs, we like Jimmy John's. They're fast. They're fast.
No, the only drug Jimmy John's sells is shitty sandwiches. That's
the opposite of a drug.
Yeah. What is the opposite of a drug?
You need drugs after a Jimmy John's sandwich.
In order to feel better. Like, oh, I just ate a Jimmy John's sandwich. What was I thinking? Let me have some cocaine.
I'll only buy drugs from ex-Jimmy John's delivery boys and shit. They're like, I had to quit that shit. I wouldn't get my money fast enough. Like, good. This is good. This is real good. 30 minutes.
Jimmy John's turned me to a life of drug dealing. I tried to be a respectable employee, but Jimmy John's is an evil empire, and it just seemed more morally right to join the drug trade.
I understand. Speaking of it, it's kind of ironic that two cops just passed us by.
Well, they know the deal because we're talking about Jimmy John's specifically here.
You're like, who's that? Who's that? Tony Two Toes? That's why he's so fast. His feet are light.
If a Jimmy John's car goes by, that's when we're in trouble. Like, because we don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
He'll bust a U-turn.
Yeah. Gonna fucking beat us senselessly because they don't mess around. You know they tried to lock me in a mental institution one time.
Why would they do that?
Because I knew too much.
Too
like
wild and crazy.
Yeah, they're trying to flame me as a crazy person.
A lot of people don't know the other side of Doney though. They just know the one side of Doney. The other Doney is wild and crazy. He does all kinds of crazy shit.
What kind of crazy shit do I do, Gilli?
We're talking about Jimmy John's. He's the only guy that orders 3 sandwiches and a pizza from Papa John's. So shit.
Do you think it's crazy that I expect Papa John's to get us our pizza here in less than 5 minutes?
Well, you called him 30 minutes ago, so shit, 5 minutes should be a respectable time. Shit, I'm just saying. Your expectations are way too high.
I'm just trying to encourage them, trying to get them to reach their full potential.
What is that?
You have kids, right?
Undercover boss. My kids never do shit I ask them to do. So pizza in 30 minutes
in 5 minutes.
Pizza in 5 minutes is out of the question.
But wouldn't you be proud of them if they could do it?
Little Caesars, as soon as one of them gets a job at Little Caesars, I'm going to be a proud father.
For the discount on all the pizza you'll be having?
No, for the 5 minutes or less shit. You're like, hey, man, I even have to wait 8 minutes when I go to Little Caesars. That's the bullshit.
Well, let me know when your kid works at Little Caesars.
He'll probably
and we'll try to give him
up. Stick him up. He worked there last week. About 45 seconds. 45 seconds. I'm just working the cash register. I can't take your order, lady.
Wonder if he got any wonder if he's gonna get a W-2 for the 45 seconds that he earned
they
while working there.
1099 them on the taxes for the money.
Yeah.
Hey, fucker. Here's a negative on his W-2s.
I do too. I keep pouring all my money into this podcast, and it's just draining me dry. But it's for a good cause. It's for a good cause. I mean,
for cancer?
No. It's for something even more important than cancer.
Hey, hold on. Who's this guy? Another cop.
Another cop?
If I was mugging you out here, they would not stop. Is this Lucas? Like, what the fuck?
I wonder what they think as like because as we're recording.
It looks like you're robbing me.
Yeah, it does a little bit. I'm because I keep shoving this phone in your fucking face.
Those are real reparations and shit. White guys robbing black guys and shit. Fuck your 40 yards in a mule. What is it? 40 acres. All right, 40 yards. I'll give you 40 yards.
I cuffed my jeans.
It's because you like I cuff my jeans.
Yeah. Oh, you cuff your jeans?
Man, you know you've been watching me for about 3 years. Cuffing my jeans.
I can't believe I just learned that about you.
I wouldn't.
I'm learning new things about you every day. Do you think I'd be more intimidating if I uncuffed the jeans, or do I look even more intimidating because I cuffed them?
No, you know the intimidation comes from when you tuck just a piece of your shirt in. Right?
Oh, yeah? Just a piece?
Just to show them the lifesaver.
Yeah.
Just so they know, you know?
Well, Papa John's didn't make it to us in time. This was the outdoor episode of 5 Minutes or Less.
On the streets?
Yes, we were camping on the streets.
Doney on the streets, bringing it live from the snow, baby.
Ice fishing for some Papa John's pizza in 5 minutes or less with the one and only Gilli.
Oh, there's another one of me, but he'll rob you.
I want to get both of you on a later episode.
No, he's like, where's my money at? Where's my money? He said
Do you think he would steal my podcast? It's only worth about $20.
He gets the phone and then he robs the pizza man. They're like 2 for 1, 2 for 1. All this is a bargain. The savings are falling.
Oh, thanks for being on, Gilli.
Hey man, thanks for having me out here in the cold with you.
All right, that's it for this week, guys. See you next week.
From the streets.